Hello and welcome to Daytona, and it's time for the finale of race weekend number 1, the Daytona 500. Join me once again in the booth as he has for basically any Cup Series event so far, Stephen Paul III.
I'm back again, boys.
Some would say unfortunately, but hey. Um, he was here with us when we set the field, and if you didn't watch the duels, Amy Shelly will start alongside Chris Louvier on the front row. Chris Washer, the defending champion, will start alongside Duel 1 winner Mohammed Zain Abdullah. William Brock, Kev Shear in row 3. Sam Young, Christopher Pierce in row number 4. With Sky Commons and Alexander Rowe in row number 5. I'll hand it over to you, Stephen, as we go through the rest of the starting grid. Your expectations here for the 30-lap finale to race weekend number 1.
Well, like last time I talked, but this is the second straight plate track for the series going at. Well, I took to somebody in the back, and then the whole field died on lap 1. So it's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be the biggest race of the year. So people have run the 500 before. I'm going to pick somebody in the back again because it's hard to pick a winner. It's 30 laps, so if you want to go to the front, drop back and try to be there the last 10 laps. My pick might be Charles Jackson. He might be starting the 20th, but I think that 9 team's looking for a rebound this year, and I think they can do it.
Starting in 20th. He's starting in row 20. That's 40th.
That's what I meant.
Here comes the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
As we did with the Hooters series, going to go to none here and watch the field roll off. Yeah, that was a good job already. Oh, whoops. Alright, so again, not much to really talk about over the course of the pace lap, so we'll take a commercial break here and be right back when they start going through turn number 4. And we are back, field coming off turn number 4, just like we mentioned. There goes the pace car, leaving the field under control of the Kodak Dodge of Amy Shelly and Chris Louvier on the front row. And the Daytona 500 is green. Sorry, you're going to say?
No, I was going to say green flag too, but the 06 already up there on the third lane.
Yeah, that did not take long for Johnny Gardner venturing out there. Not going to go very well. He'll go towards the back. William Brock, first race this weekend that he has not started on pole.
Well, there's the spoiler right there. No, I'm kidding.
Small spoiler. I mentioned to Steven he'd probably get some small spoilers here for the rest of the weekend. Mohammed Zain Abdullah won his dual race, already going for the lead on lap number 1 as they go into turn number 3.
And Kev Shear, who's getting triggered if he loses the lead here in a minute.
What are you? Kev hasn't even gotten to the lead. What do you mean triggered if he loses the lead?
He's gonna get triggered anyways.
Well, yeah, but that's given. That's why we have a triggered Kev Shear weekend almost at Martinsville.
Oh wow, we got 3 lanes now going.
Yeah, Sky Commons, Levi McIntyre up on that third line now as Zain Abdullah leads lap number 1. William Brock going for second.
The 18, Brock looking for a rebound season. The 18 was god-awful last year.
You say that. Still finished 31st. It was a nice rebound in the chase.
Oh, I'm just thinking Gibbs in general. My fault.
There you go. Speaking of Gibbs, the 20 of Preston Plord now up on the outside line.
He's going to get the wall. Nope.
Nope. Actually kind of fixed that with the I-9 to where they don't hit the wall on this as much. Mark George, also the 42, jumping up to the third line. Now we got 3 cars on that third line now. Zachary Fitzwater still dead last.
Wonder if are we going to have pit stops, Charles?
Most likely. I wouldn't... Anytime I've done it, even on 1X here, they still have pit stops at 30 laps. So... I'm anticipating one pit stop and just hoping that doesn't happen at the very end of the race. Meanwhile, 3 wide here, Jack James in the 4, Alexander Rowe, Mohammed Zain Abdullah on the outside.
Looks like the top 2 is Sam Young and who's in the 18? Brock, is that right?
Yep, William Brock. Sam Young with this is if he does not win today, will be the 72nd straight race that he has not won. His last and only career win right now in the Coke Vanilla Cup Series was the Season 2 Daytona 500.
Which is still the greatest finish call in the history of the Coke Vanilla Cup Series.
According to what you say, yes.
And probably Kev.
I don't know. Jack James now going for second, and here comes Cole Deaver looking for the 4th position now on Henry Sandfer to make it an all-rookie 1-2-3, hopefully.
Do we go to Texas this year, right?
Yes. Still go to Texas.
So is Cole gonna replace Washer in the 5 at the end of the race?
No. Just no. Tom Shelly now up here as well, one of the chasers from last season. Had to start... Well, no, actually, he started inside row 10. That's right. He raced his way in.
Yeah, if anybody got that reference, you get a cookie.
Yeah, for being around for a while. At least knowing somewhat old school NASCAR jokes. Kind of interesting. Brock kind of pulling off what I think... What I remember him doing in the truck race here. Yeah. Ooh. Trying to...
Somebody was 4 wide back here.
Probably would have been around the Alexander Rowe car. And it was. Right, Rose in the wall.
Oh.
Got the wall. Max Anderson went to the apron there to avoid. And
got big damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of side damage, and it's going to affect a lot of these guys back here, including your pick, Charles Jackson.
And the whole Evernham team's behind there.
No. You only have 9 and 19.
Yeah, exactly. The whole Evernham team.
The 10.
Oh, God. No. Yeah, you're right.
So heavy damage to the right side of Alexander Rowe's car sets him behind the 8 ball, as well as a lot of the people behind him now.
Yeah, Mohammed's up on the high side. 3 wide up here. It looks like some good racing's going on.
Yeah, William Brock's still leading now. Cole Deaver wants the top spot in car number 8.
This is another guy to watch is Chris Washer. He won the dual race, and he has a pretty strong car. He was able to control both lines if he can get up there.
Not to mention, he is the defending champion of the series.
Yep.
And go ahead.
The 66, the highest running part time. There's Gene Sanford up there trying to crack the winless streak.
As I'm trying to remember who that was I just saw up on the top line. That was not who I saw. Saw someone up towards the wall. Oh, it was Tom Shaw. That's who I saw. Whoops. I knew I saw some yellow up there. William Brock got the lead again, though. Chris Wilson now to second, trying to pass Cole Deaver.
Yep. Is this Deaver's first? Yeah, he's a rookie.
Yep. Deaver's first career start. Looking to continue the trend so far. Rookies have won both of the points races so far this season. 4 wide.
Uh-oh. This is not going to work.
Well, they got back to 3. But Louvier gets the wall.
Tough break. Louvier was the outside pole sitter.
Well, and he's right there with the pole sitter, Amy Shelly, in the middle.
And look who's coming to the up through the pack is Will Lewis. He started in row 19.
Yeah, was able to avoid the chaos caused by the 2. This is up here now. Anyone can win. That's for sure.
Yep.
Also from row 21 up here as well, I just saw him. Brennan Patterson, right there in 26 last time by.
Yep, he's having a good run. He's looking to improve routes this year.
Well, returning to the 17, just looking for better things. They will race the next 2 races because they bought points and just barely made the 500 on points. Literally were the last car to make the field, so.
Literally.
Deaver once again.
It looks like if you can get that lead, that if you have enough help, you can get that. But Brock's got no help, so Washer and Deaver are going to go to the lead.
Yeah, Chris Wilson's still going to be the only help for Brock, but that's about a car length back as they go down the back straightaway. And ironically enough, It's Sam Young pushing the car that he drove to the Daytona 500 victory. Because he was in the 5 car back then in Season 2.
Must feel good for Sam Young. He's had a struggling speed weeks, and he's actually up there running.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened for him in the other 2 races.
Well, he hit the wall in the Bud shootout, and the duel he was running in the back most of it.
Well, but still managed to race his way in, finishing 3rd in the duel. Or at least
Yes.
3rd. Yeah, it was 3rd, actually, because Amy was behind him. But now up to 2nd for Sam Young, so he's got a good car in the pack when he can stay in it. That's basically what he's proving right now. And speaking of good in the pack, here comes Tristan Wilhoit, the Bud Shootout winner, 4th on the inside line.
Mm-hmm.
Started back in... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I mean to cut you off, Charles.
No, go ahead.
Oh, Sky Commons is coming up through the field, too.
Yep, there he is right behind the 16. Wilhoit starting back in the 17th row. Sky Commons on the outside, so good enough for him to be able to be back up here. Have they at least dispatched of... Yeah, they have dispatched of Alexander Rowe. So now these guys in a 7-car pack battling for the 30... Well, that can't be right. The 35th position right now. Jeffrey McCullough has also lost the pack as a result of the Alexander Rowe incident. And Max Anderson kind of just hanging on by a thread.
Barely. That number's hanging on a thread, too.
There's the other Evernham car that you were forgetting about, though. Right there, Zach Rogers, one of the several rookies in the field. 19 of them that made the 500.
Yeah, looks like they might be heading for pit stops soon. Everybody's trying to get in line here.
Maybe. I don't anticipate it being lap 13. I sincerely assume that we will make it past halfway at the very least. It should be like around lap 20 if they would have to pit, I think.
Yeah, here comes Will Lewis.
And battle for the lead. Jack James and Cole Deaver battling for the race lead now.
And remember, the 4-car was strong at Talladega for getting taken out at the last lap with Newark. So maybe they've improved their SS package for this year, and it's showing right now.
Maybe. Looks like, yeah, 5 bonus points for car number 4 there, just barely leading at the line.
They had to race their way in, too, so they're doing a pretty good. And 3 wide for the lead.
Yep. Toyota to the front. Sky Commons to the lead in the Red Bull Toyota for now, though. Will he lead the lap and be able to be the first guy to lead for Toyota?
He's going to have to battle.
Oh, Samet Ozkan. That's some leaning.
I don't know what the 29 washed. So the tires are starting to wear, and they're starting to run up the hill, and this could not spell good things for the field.
Well, they were almost 4 wide, too. The 60 there of Tim Randolph really gave some room, as Sky Commons will go down as the first person to lead in the Coke Vanilla Cup Series in a Toyota.
In the Yoda.
Only leads a lap, and now Will Lewis quickly back up front.
And remember, Will Lewis and the 29 started on the same row in row 19. They're up here in the lead.
Both of them getting in on points. The 29 having to resort to the fact that they were the owner's champion last year to make it into this race.
Is Eric and Rage in the race, or he didn't return?
He didn't return. So, no Eric and Rage this season. First time since season 2 that he will not, or first time since season 1, I think. He was in there season 2. I don't know what it was. Season 3 or something? I don't know. I'm better off trying to remember when was the last time a person actually drove, is what it is.
I know Robert Paul won 3 races in season 1.
Yeah, still finished dead last in points.
Yes, Charles loves to mention that every time.
Well, yeah, that's because you keep loving to go ahead and ridicule or something, I guess, for the fact of the long winless streak. Neither one of those all that good. Tim Randolph now to 3rd, though.
Billy Braddock, we haven't mentioned him, or Levi. They're coming up to the field, too.
Oh, you're close enough. Bill Braddock Jr.
Same stuff, different name.
Oh, well, like I said, close enough. Yeah, Bill Braddock Jr. in the 22 with help from Levi McIntyre there 4th and 5th on that inside line. Braddock having to start back in row 15 was the last car to race his way in duel number 1. And Levi having to start on the outside back in row number 6.
Patterson's coming through the... Oh, Patterson just got shuffled by Henry.
Yeah, but going to be able to clear him going down into the corner, so Patterson back to the inside line.
The 66, who's in the 66
Chris
again?
Wilson.
Chris Wilson's the highest running of the part-time cars, I can tell right now.
Yep. Steven convinced me to do this with the 31.
Well, I guess I told him it would be a lot better if it was sponsored by Pepsi.
Yeah, that's the 24's job. That's the 24's job for me to remember to actually take away the Pepsi car after they run it once.
Yeah, we're going to have to ask Seth to rip that car.
Not going to probably ask for that.
Well, we already know Morgan will slide their backup car to Charles, and it did not work.
Well, that was the slowest car in the field.
Yeah, that was Max Neuwer's Daytona 500 car from last year.
I think Neuwerth actually made the 500. That's what's funny about it.
Oh, that's actually a shock.
Top 3, though, are single file as Will Lewis has led a couple laps in a row now. And here comes Braddock.
As Charles just jinxed it.
Oh, well. Got the dual winner, Mohammed Zain Abdullah, now working his way back up here, up to 3rd in car number 1. And they're going to be 3 wide now for 3rd going into turn number 3. Well, I was going to say they're going to be 3 wide.
Mohammed gives room.
I think more likely is Duncan who gave room there. Kind of got out of it for him. But at the line, it's going to be...
a photo finish.
Wow. That was close, as we're now at 11 laps to go. And they're going to be 3 wide for the lead into turn number 1. Curious question. Oh, well.
Oh, boy. Well,
that might be a thing before the end of this race.
And look at Steve Paul. No, he's the highest running of the part-time cars.
Yeah, only running non-COT races in the 33. Hence why they actually switched the points between 33 and the 07.
Yes, Will Lewis owes me a steak dinner for that.
Mohammed Zain Abdullah leading the middle line leads the lap, though, and William Duncan, looking for a rebound season, tries to go for the top spot.
What a hell of a debut to be for Mohammed. He won the dual race and to win the Daytona 500 in his first start. That's pretty impressive.
Well, it would be. Had we actually been running the same length as the other 2 races, he would have. But we're not, so we've got 10 more laps.
Henry Sandfer. I think Henry has a long losing streak, too.
Yeah, so his is close to 80 races, I believe. I think his is actually, ironically enough, the 2nd longest, only to Gene. That's active.
The Sanfers can't win unless it's Charles in the Daytona 500.
Basically. Duncan, though, not going to lead that lap. Should lead the next time around. As Anderson's still kind of in the pack. I'm amazed by this. He hasn't lost it.
I'm telling you, it's that number font.
Really? You're going with that?
Yeah, I'm going with that. It's giving that extra horsepower.
William Duncan, though, now clears for the lead down the back straightaway. At least we still can't see Alexander Rowe in the same picture. Well, I said he was clear, but... a little bit of a checkup on that inside line going through 3 and 4.
I think they're going to start the pitting or the tires are going.
I would say the tires, because Abdullah now clears. And Henry Sandfer actually clears for 2nd on that outside line. Does he move down in front? Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Where's REM, the end of the world?
Well, Alexander Rowe, they're going to catch him now.
Mohammed, he's going to cut Mohammed off.
He's going to try. Henry Sandfer is going to go to the inside. Wow, what a move.
And there goes the whole high side.
Well, if we're going to lose a line,
Henry.
I was going to say, if we're going to lose a line, I think I'd rather lose the very top line rather than having the bottom line get blocked.
I hope he doesn't come down.
It's looking like we should be able to get by this just fine.
That's a miracle.
So Alexander Rowe earning some brownie points probably with the veteran drivers at the very least, getting out of the way of the leaders for the most part. And William Duncan now back to second, right back to the back bumper of the one car.
And look, he's got a teammate with Steve Pollard there, so maybe they can form an alliance to get by Muhammad here.
Well, maybe, but they're first going to have to deal with Tristan Wilhoit. They're going to be 3 wide for second. So much for that alliance.
Yeah, I know.
As, yeah, tire wear, definitely a thing there on that inside line. Having to check up as this run's gone on.
Which is pretty realistic for 2007 at the time, because this is what the repay.
And 3 wide behind Abdullah. I almost thought Duncan was going to try and get to the outside line. Cole Deaver gets affected by Alexander Rowe in the back. We're not going to have to deal with any more lap cars, though, that's for sure.
Now, I do wonder if they're going to pit or not. That's the real question.
I'm hoping not at this point. Pit stops at this point would basically decide the race.
Yeah, Steve Pollard, that's interesting. I don't know what happens with part-time. Here comes the 66 heckler, too.
Well, if he wins, he gets to go and make the All-Star race. That's about all he gets.
And we won't win.
Duncan in the wall, 31. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Duncan. Oh, here comes the battle for the lead.
Yep, Steve Pollard going to the top spot with help from Dylan Young. I mean, we talked about cars that struggled last season. This one was one of the ones that definitely did. 2 wins in the season and still couldn't finish top 43 in the owner's points.
Well, look who the driver was.
Our outside pole sitter?
Well, Chris has been a staple in the series for memes.
Well, right now that inside line's got the numbers, but it doesn't have the grip. Abdullah now still going to be leading.
Here we go. 4 laps to go.
Yep, 4 to go at the line. Tristan Wilhoit trying to go for second. Steve Pollard trying to hang on to it. Caution is out.
That's the
problems for Tom Shelly.
And that means we have a green-white checkered.
Green-white checkered for the Daytona 500.
Oh, no. Man, tough break for the Petty team.
Yep, looks to be problems for Kev Shear as well. So, don't play. Oh, boy.
Oh, well, Mark George is not happy with somebody.
That was Preston Plord in the 20 who had side damage to that car. Well, the good news is that gets beat out anyway if we have the green-white checkered. Let's go ahead and take a look back at what happened to bring out the caution. And we are back, and it might be an interesting meeting on Monday, because here's what happened going down into turn number 3. Kev Shear in the middle, 3 wide. Tom Shelly on the bottom, and Preston Plord on the outside. And I guess the spotter said clear or something, because the 43 is going to cut down here right into Tom Shelly and hook him.
Can we say Tom Shelly is triggered?
Oh, I think that's about the wrong person. Preston Plord, though, getting up on 2 wheels there. The black smoke immediately from the 45. And Kev Shear's car goes for a slide down the embankment. So, pretty simple wreck there. For kind of amazing. Oh, whoa. That was Allie Nelson, 36, who came by and got a piece of that. But pretty simple wreck there for our first caution of Speed Weeks.
Oh, that's a little spoiler there too.
Oh well. By this point, by the time this goes up, you will have a chance to have watched us. Either way, let's go ahead and go back to the restart here for what will be a green-white checkered finish. And we are back ready to go for the green-white checkered. You would have seen on the screen who was not here, as we have 39 of the 42 starters here for 2 laps, caution free. And we are green for overtime at Daytona.
Bottom line is going to be key.
That's what we at least think. Chris Louvier quickly up to the third line, thinking otherwise. Wilhoit with a great start from second. Still side by side as they are going through turn 2. Can Wilhoit get the drive off? Does Pollard stay in line down the back straightaway? Wilhoit with the lead as they go into 3.
All about who can give like the best thing.
Who's going to get the push? Who's going to have the momentum? White flag at Daytona, and it's out for Tristan Wilhoit. He leads to the white. Will he lead the checkered? He's clear going into 1.
And he's bottom line.
And he's there.
Can Henry get the push?
Down the back straightaway for the final time. Well, wow, that's gonna be a little anti-dramatic from what I thought it could have been.
Well, the one car might get up there still, or Henry might get that run. He's on the quarter panel.
Well, he's gonna get second, I think, but it's not gonna matter. It's gonna be Tristan Wilhoit. That I can confirm. Sandfer's gonna get alongside, but it's not gonna be enough. Wilhoit wins the 500.
Good win for Wilhoit. He started in actually row 17. Like I said, somebody in the back.
Started in row 17, got to second. I won't lie, I thought he was kind of screwed for the green-white checkered. Starting second, I thought he was going to definitely be odd man out. Henry Sandfer comes home second there. Rest of the top 10, Mohamed Zain Abdullah, Vince Almarego, Steve Pollard, Chris Wilson, Dylan Young, William Duncan, Delon Ebrahimian, and Brennan Patterson. From the outside to 10th at the end of that. Actually, he was still in the outside row too. Wow. So, kind of held station there a lot. Depended where you started. Kev Shear still was not able to make up any ground on the green-white checkered.
And he is triggered.
Let's see. I guess that basically covers it. Steven, your final thoughts?
It was a good 500. I figured bottom line would prevail. Good to see Henry have a good run. The 24, Dylan Young, the 24 team needed that. And Steve Paul was the best of the part-time cars. And I hope to be back next week at Atlanta.
Well, we'll see what happens on that. Part of it's just going to depend on when I'm recording.
Yeah.
Especially as this week ahead is going to be interesting. With that said, though, a great speed weeks. Only one caution through every race. Wilhoit grabs a couple of wins, both the Bud Shooter and the 500. Just that dual race short there, wasn't he?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Either way, congrats to Tristan Wilhoit on the win. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't. And thanks Steven for joining me. I'll see you next time.
See you guys.